Welcome to the MAT222 walkthrough video. This is a well-designed and engaging class where you will explore real-world applications of algebra. The next 5 weeks will be extremely challenging and also quite rewarding. It will take some focus to succeed. As you can see from looking at the class information, there are 5 weeks in the class, and each week will follow the same basic pattern. We'll be able to check out the overview, learn about the resources available. Of course, in week 1, you'll post the introduction, and in other weeks, you won't do that again. You'll have a discussion forum where you'll discuss what we're learning all week long. So let's get into it. If you click on the week 1 overview, a little chart of what the assignments are and which days you might be submitting them. The assignments all relate to one another, so you want to do them in the order that's listed. In the introductory video, you'll learn a little bit about how to read algebraic graphs. There's even a transcript. In this video, the first 30 seconds will give you a description of the concepts. And then, when you continue on, you'll be asked a question. In the next 2 minutes, you will rule out various graphs until you are left with only the one final answer graph. So here at some stages we will see that a red X will be drawn and the graph will be ruled out. By learning about how this works in the video, it's an engaging way to keep those ideas fresh in our heads. In addition, you'll be able to review the calculating profitability with Carlita interactivity. Remember, whenever you're doing an interactive, you want to click on everything available so that you'll be able to move forward. When you get done, at the end of each page, you can always just click Next to go to the next page. So here are the resources, including the text, which is a constellation text. If you're wondering which sections of the text you need to read, they're listed right here under the resources for that week. And as a refresher, the multimedia are also listed under that same area, the resources area. Next, you'll want to post your introduction. One thing to think about is whenever you're replying to a discussion, this is a graded discussion, you want to make sure to address all the points that are enumerated in the directions. So the first part is an introduction. Tell us your excitements about this class and share the concerns you have. Then the second part, you want to use the table of context of the course textbook and learn about the algebra topics covered in this class. Then select and discuss one topic we'll study that interests you. Discuss with the class why you made that selection. Last, you'll be giving us 2 real-life examples of algebra. Now you might say, well, how do I know if something is a real-life example of algebra? I mean, if I go to the bank and I put $50 in and add that to my balance, is that algebra? Well, no. But if I save $50 a week, and maybe I'm saving up for something that costs $325, then I could write an equation and solve that, and that would be a real-life use of algebra. So for example, if I'm saving $50 a week, I could let n be the number of weeks I need to save, and $325 is my target amount of money that I'm going to save. Then 50 times n equals 325. Solving that equation could be a real-life use of algebra. Make sense? Always read the directions on any discussion twice because specific preparation steps are often listed. You can't go wrong reading the text for the week as preparation for your discussion. So, as we continue forward in the list of things we'll be doing this week, one of the next things we'll be doing is called the learning activity. Each week, there are these engaging learning activities. Note that these are best viewed using Mozilla Firefox. The learning activity, learning labs, these are where you learn. So you really can't go wrong on these learning activities. There's a lot of places that you can click around. So here's the first learning activity. Note that you click on one of the items here, you're going to select snacks for a kid's sports team based on cost. So if you click here, you'll be able to see the cost per drink and the total cost, and a little bit of algebra, the same for the 12-pack, and the same for the 24-pack. If you don't see the next thing to click on in the corner, then be sure to click on all the things that you can see. Once you click on the cart, you can then choose another snack, and continue to the checkout. So here, if I click on the fruit cup, notice there's no cart. If I click on the individual, oh, that's $2.50 a fruit cup. That's kind of a lot. Notice the cart doesn't appear until I've clicked on all of the items. Here I can see if I buy a 6-pack, it's only $2 each, and now I can proceed to the next part. Each week will be the same, covering varied algebra topics. Except in week 4, your discussion will be based on required live learning. To access it, under week 4, click on the week 4 discussion forum. In order to access live learning, you will click on the upper left-hand navigation bar. It will either say live learning or it might say Zoom access. When you do that, you will be redirected to the live learning page. The live learning page allows you to do a lot of things for live learning. The first thing is it helps you to learn how to log into live learning, and then it allows you to select the session in the live learning calendar. You can click on the session, and then you can click here to register. But before you can do that, it's important to set up your student Zoom account, as you must use your @student@uagc.edu email address in order to register and attend the live learning session. There is this embedded video that explains exactly how to do that. So because the live learning is the basis for your week 4 discussion participation, you must attend live learning in week 1, 2, or 3, or early in week 4. So to review the supports and help, as we have live learning, which gives a set presentation to prepare you for the week 4 discussion. But after that, you can ask questions of the professor who is running that. In week 5, the very last thing that we will do is we'll shortcut the learning activities to make room for our journal entry. The journal entry is a journal that you will write that will allow you to think over many of the applications that you learned about in this class and discuss them in a journal entry. So you'll want to address all of the instructions in your entry and be sure that you have double checked that you have done every single one of these bullet points, as that is what your grade will be based upon. I hope that you have a wonderful journey in your quest to learn algebra.